Howdy gang, in today's episode of Pool School, I am finally going to break down and do a 3-part series on repairing my least favorite vacuum, the Hayward Navigator or Navigator type vacuums. This thing. Today, we're going to talk about replacing the shoes on the vacuum. So what do you say we get to it? Alrighty, first and foremost, I want to thank you again for watching this video. I want to remind you to like it if you do, subscribe to my channel if you've not done so already, and please share this channel with everyone you know who has a pool. Okay, so we have the Hayward Navigator vacuum, and like I said, it's my least favorite, mainly because there are so many moving parts, gears, all kinds of stuff like that. Cogs, it looks like an old-fashioned watch inside, and there's just so much that goes wrong. And once things start breaking down, it's really just it just starts nickel and diming you to death. So I'm not a fan. That's why I believe in simple, which is why I like the Zodiac Barracuda G3, and you've seen my video on that. So today we are going to talk about replacing the shoes. Those are see that little gold thing right? Well, I'll show it to you in a moment. And all you're going to need to do this is you're going to need a flathead screwdriver, kind of a skinny one like that, okay? And then you're going to need a little soap or maybe even a little WD-40. We'll show you in a second why. All right, I'm going to flip this around and we're going to get going. Okay, so these are the shoes that I'm talking about. This little brownish, tannish looking thing, these, and there's 4. They're on the pods, all right? And these are important because these are what give the thing the grip. So when these things do this, it wiggles and moves around the pool, all right? I want you to make note of something. Each one of these little shoes and the holder for it has a little spring inside there. Can you see that? And you see that little white nub right there? That little white nub, there's another one down on the other side of the pod. And you don't want to lose that spring, and you don't want to crack that nub, or that spring will come out. And then this thing will it won't have that spring back, and that's what causes it to have some connection with the ground and causes it to move. If you lose that spring or break that thing so that spring comes out, then this won't move, and your vacuum will start spinning around like this, all right? So be very careful with that. But this is what you use a flathead screwdriver for. So you want to protect and make sure you don't harm that spring. So what I do is I just basically pull this thing flat. Oh, one other thing. Make sure you note the angle that these are set on. See how these are tilted like this? They're beveled, right? So you want to make sure that you make note of the way they're installed. So when you put them back in, you don't flip this the wrong way. Okay, usually they only fit one way, but you never know. I've seen people get them in backwards, okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my finger and hold this thing flat. That's going to prevent me from losing that spring. And I'm going to stick my screwdriver in the front end, if I can, of this pad. Actually, I'm going to try the back side of it. It might be easier. And put it right in the back side and pop it up, okay? And that's what it looks like on the inside. It's got 2 little knobs, and they go into those 2 little holes. Now, person who owned this vacuum before was very smart. They used some Vaseline to install the new one. This is kind of goopy. So if you don't have Vaseline, you can take something like WD-40, spray a little bit on your new pad, and then to put it back in, it's pretty simple. Remember the way it goes. See how it's like this? Wait a minute. See that? You don't want it this way. And that's why I tell people, replace one at a time so you make note of the direction they're all going. Okay, you take them all off and then you kind of go, oh, wait a minute, which way? All right, just remember, the slanted part, the slanted down part, points forward towards the front of the vacuum. All right, and then what I do, remember, I've lubed this, and that just helps it go in easier. And then I'm gonna put it into the holes, line it up, and just kind of go one side and the other side. Just push it down and it'll click in. Now, obviously, if this was a new one, it might be a little tighter, but that's pretty much all you do. And you come back and you do all 4, and guess what? You're done. It's that easy. So gang, simple video, short one, but again, I didn't want to take a whole long video to show you all the different things that you might have to replace on the Navigator. And I only did 3 before. I would do an A-frame turbine kit, more on that in another video. We'll get to that probably in the 3rd video. Replacing the pods, which is what those little shoes go on, and then also replacing the shoes. All right, so this one was on the shoes. I hope it made sense. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comment section below, or you can email me directly, and my address will come across the bottom of the screen here. As always, it's kennypoolschool@gmail.com. Once again, kennypoolschool@gmail.com. I thank you again for watching. I hope that this video made sense. Remind you to like, subscribe, and share. And until we meet again, remember, be safe, have fun, and always, always, always watch those kids and elderly people and pets around water. And I'll see you next time. Bye for now.